Good day everyone, we are Group 4 and our topic will be discuss the concept and function of administration in relation to leadership. Many view leadership, management, and administration as synonymous, but there are primary differences. It is not unusual for firms to expect individuals to possess the skills required for each. However, an individual's unique abilities will determine whether they endure their responsibilities and are successful. Definition of terms. Administration. It refers to the group of individuals who are in charge of creating and enforcing rules and regulation, or those in leadership position who are complete important tasks. Next is planning. And when we say about planning, it is the deciding process of thinking before doing an action. Next will be organizing. So when we say organizing, so it establishes an effective authority among selected workers so that the work will together be efficient. Next one is directing. So when we say about directing, it is the one who will supervise or guide the staff to achieve an organizational goal. So when we say controlling, it's the function of the management which helps to check errors in order to take corrective actions. Next one is coordinating. Coordinating is very important so that you can unify and synchronize the effort of the group so that you can pursue one common goal. While staffing is the function of employee recruitment and also a selection performed within an organization or business to fill the job openings. And receptionists are the person employed to greet telephone callers, visitor, patients, or clients. Next one is budgeting. Budgeting is also a big process for looking at a business estimated income for over a specific period in the future. So the last one will be management. So management is the administration of an organization, whether it is a business, a non-profit organization, or a government body. It is the art and the science of managing resources.
Good afternoon, ma'am. The assigned topic that I will going to report is all about administration. So, what is administration? So, administer is originated from Latin word ministere, which means to serve. Administer means to look after or manage the affairs of people, the organization and direction of human and material resources to achieve desired ends. So, administration is essential in a business. It is a day-to-day management of employees' activity. Administration is look and care for your employees. In general, management is to manage different affairs in a company. In addition, administration also need cooperation from a team because without cooperation, it cannot function the way it could. What word similar to administration? First is agency. So, agency is a company or organization that was formed to perform a certain service. Usually one that requires the coordination of transaction between two or more parties. For example, agencies for working abroad. Second is organization. So, organization is the act of putting something or things into one place. For example, when you clean up your desk and file all of your papers into logical spot. So the third one is government. So government control and direction of government as of the city or nation. So the leader is in charge of the administration of city and departments. For example, to lead a society into a common good. The fourth one is management. So management, it is a set of principles relation to the function of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling to achieve organization goals. For example, how a skillful supervisor handles a difficult situation. And the last is department. So it is a distinct of anything arranged in division, a division of complex whole or organized system. For example, a section of a department store selling a particular line of merchandise.
Ms. John Patrick MONDEJAR from Section C. Today I will report my assigned topic. What does it mean to go into administration? Going into administration is when company becomes insolvent and is put under the management of licensed insolvency practitioners. The directors and the secured lead. So going into administration effectively means your company is being although an administration could end up providing positive outcome in the long term, it could also mark the beginning of the end of your business, depending on the actions taken by the appointed administrator. Individually, they are involved with the coordinations and a clean and enjoyable working environment, handling eternal communication or management system, managing clerical or other administrative staff.
Good day, Mom. I'm PALOMAR, and I'm going to perform my assigned topic, which is the what is administration in simple words, what is public administration, what is the concept of administration. First is what is administration in simple words. It is the managing duties, managing responsibilities, managing rules. The definition of administration refers to the group of individuals who are in charge of creating and enforcing rules and regulations, or those in leadership positions who complete important tasks. So managing duties have functions: planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. The day-to-day tasks of management include considering problems and making decisions in how to deal with them, implementing courses or of actions, and receiving decisions and actions and making any necessary changes. Number two, an example of administration is the President of the Philippines and the individuals he appoints him. An example of administration is the act of the principal in the school managing the faculty and staff and employing the rules of the school system. Managing rules is be consistent, focused on clarity, accuracy, and thoroughness in communication. 3. Set the goal of working as the team. 4. Reward and recognize hard work. And lastly, fifth, be the example. Number 2, what is public administration? Public administration is decision making, planning the work to be done, formulating objectives and goals, working with the legislature and citizen organizations to gain public support and funds for government programs, establishing and revising organization, directing and supervising employees, providing leadership, communicating and receiving communications, determining work methods and procedures, appraising performance, exercising controls, and other functions performed by government executives and supervisors. Public administrators perform a wide range of functions, including managing city budgets, developing policy and legislation policies, and analyzing data to determine public needs. Public administration is the art and science of management applied to the affairs of the state. So, public administration is the implementation of government policy and an academic discipline that studies this implementation and prepares civil employees for working in the public service. So, it has decision making is the process of making choices by identifying a decision, gathering information, and assessing alternative resolutions. Using a step-by-step decision-making process can help you make more deliberate, thoughtful decisions by organizing relevant information and defining alternatives. So what does a public administration do? Like transportation, community, and economic development, public health, social services, education, higher education, parks and recreation, housing, law enforcement and public safety, emergency management. What can examples of government and public administration? What are examples of government and public administration? So, elected official or city council mayor, government, etc., city manager, legislative assistant, and military member, army, navy, and air force. So, my last topic is what is the concept of administration. So, the theory and practice of administration is analyze and major concepts of formal organization, motivation, authority, leadership, decision making, conflict in organization, and organizational change are analyzed, just like what I said before. Administration refers to the process of running an organization, office, or business. This includes creating rules, regulations, making decisions, management of operations, creating organization of staff, employees, people to direct activities towards achieving a common goal or objective. So,
what are the basic principles
that
of
would be all, Ma'am.
administration?
Thank you. God bless
Serve
and
as
stay
a powerful tool of coordination and negatively an effect device
Good
of
afternoon,
eliminating
everyone.
and duplicating
I
a
am
wastage.
QUIRAJA, and I am
First will be
the next
unity of
reporter.
command. Second,
Some of the basic
hierarchical
concepts
transmission
of
of orders or
administration
chain of command.
includes planning,
Third,
organizing,
separation of powers.
directing, controlling,
Authority,
and
subordination,
leading out.
responsibility, and control.
So what is the
Fourth,
difference
centralization.
between administration
Fifth,
and
order.
governance?
Sixth,
Administration
discipline.
refers to a
Seven,
group of individuals
planning. Eighth,
who are in
organization
charge in
chart.
creating
9,
and enforcing
meeting and reports. 10,
rules and
accounting.
regulations or to those leadership
What are the
position
different
who
types of
complete
administration?
important tasks.
There is
While
centralized
governance
administration.
is the act
So
or
these are
process
administrators have permission to
governing or
access the replica
overseeing
servers at all sites.
the control
Next
and
will be
directing
individual
the
administration.
country or
These
organization.
administrators are responsible for creating and maintaining
Next
replicas,
is what is the
synchronization
function of
patterns, and
administration.
synchronization
The
schedule at
first
their
function
sites.
of administration is
Semi-centralized administration.
planning. Is
So these are
important.
sites with major
And the
development
administration
efforts have
as an
local
option
multi-site
for the
administrators,
future
and responsibility for administering
be
smaller sites
coordinated and
is distributed
consistent
among
operation
multi-site administrators.
at
While
desired
account administrators, these are the top level, the
The
fully
next function of
authorized email
administration is
administrator.
organizing.
And monitoring
Organizing
administrators,
is being well
they observe the
organized,
activities and
developing
status of
objectives
hierarchy.
plan also allows to achieve and reach a company's goal and objectives. Next function of administration is staffing. Staffing is important function as it ensures efficient performance. So it should be a competent staff that leaves the maximum productivity and a higher performance. Next is directing. Directing sa leadership, motivation, supervision, communication are various aspects of directing. Directing is the process to instruct, guide, and assist the performance of the workers to achieve the goals. Next is coordinating. Coordinating, it ensures that helps to minimize the conflict, delays, and other organizational problems. It ensures smooth working of an administration and can achieve its objectives easily and quietly. Next is reporting. So reporting provides important details that can be used to help develop the marketing plans, guide budgets, planning, and improve decision making. And lastly is budgeting. Budgeting, it provides the means of controlling the income and expenditure of a business. It gives a plan for spending. That's all of my report. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. We are the Group 4, and I am Rojean P. Semine, and my topic will be what are the basic principles of administration and what are the different types of the administration. So what are the basic principles of administration? It serves as a powerful tool of coordination and negatively an effect device of eliminating and duplicating a wastage. So first, there is a unity of command. So unity of command, of course, all the command will be in synchronization. Second will be the hierarchical transmission of orders or the chain of command. So when we say about chain of commands, all the commands and instructions will be given at the highest rank or the highest member from an organization down to the lowest member. So let's say about there is the CEO, so the commands will be from the CEO down to the lowest member of their company. So just like in the Philippine politics, so all the instructions that are given came from the president down to the subordinates and from the fellow Filipino countrymen. So example, if the president has a law or announcement that this is the thing that you need to do throughout this pandemic, so it will be implemented down to the vice president and the secretaries and the legislatives until the local members of the government unit. Third will be separation of powers. So there is the authority, subordination, responsibility, and control. So of course, there will be always a separation so that in the authority, the one who is responsible for the authority will focus on it, and also the subordination. And the fourth one will be the centralization. So of course, everything will be centralized. Everything will be organized. And the fifth one is order. So it is also very important that it's centralized so that everyone is in order and also it's organized. And the sixth one is discipline. So discipline throughout the organization or throughout a company, relating into the administration, discipline is very important so that if everyone has a discipline, then there is a better chance that you can achieve the exact result that you are aiming for. And the seventh is planning. So it was tackled that planning is very important so that all the things that you will do is already in a step-by-step process so that you can achieve your main goals. So 8 is the organization chart. So organization chart is just like a diagram that visually conveys a company's internal structure by detailing the roles on and also the responsibilities and relationship between the employees and the other entities. So example, so just like in our department, we have an organizational chart that is being posted, I think, in the bulletin, so that we can see and we can know who are the internal structure of that specific department or on that specific organization. So we can identify who is the dean and who are the staff, school staffs, who are the class advisors, the class instructors, and also the other government, maybe government presidents of that specific department. 9 will be meeting and reports. So meeting and reports in an organization is also very important because in the meeting, you can all discuss and centralize all the concerns and queries of your other members or other employees in a company. Also, the reports will be all transparent and everything will know what is the company's doing and how is the company progressing throughout the time. Also, they can also voice out their concerns and suggestions in the meeting. And then the last one will be accounting. So accounting department is very important because all the budget expenses, all the money matters regarding in the company will be in the accounting section. My next topic will be what are the different types of administration. So when we say about different types of administration, you must decide how much control the individual site will have their own replicas. Your choices are centralized administration, individual administration, or some combination of the two. So first, there is the centralized administration. So centralized administration, these administrators have permission to access the replica servers at all times. With centralized administration, there is a hub site. For each family, its all replicas are mastered by a replica at the hub site. So administrators at the hub site maintain all replicas and all synchronization patterns and schedules. These administrators have permission to access the replica at all sites. So the advantage of this kind of scheme is your company does not have to hire a multi-site administrator for each site. And then, it is easier to ensure that the schedules do not conflict. But it also has a disadvantage. So, the disadvantage are some administrative procedures requires a replica to be self-mastering. Also, remote access to all sites is still required. So, next one will be the individual administration. So these administrations are responsible for creating and maintaining replica synchronization, patterns, and synchronization schedule at their site. Administrators are responsible for creating and maintaining replicas, synchronization patterns, and synchronization schedule at their site. The advantage of individual administration is no mastership changes are required when an administration needs to change a replica properties. And also, the administrator can ensure that the multi-site administrative process do not conflict with regional clear case administration. However, the individual administration have the disadvantage. So the first one is if a multi-site administrator is needed at each site. Also, the communication among the administrators can be difficult if the company's site has multiple time zones. For example, if you have a branch of your company in abroad, so it will be difficult because our time zone and the time zone in abroad are different. So next one will be the semi-centralized administration. So when we say about semi-centralized administration, sites with a major development efforts have local multi-site and administrators are responsible for administering smaller site is distributed among the multi-site administrators. Next will be the account administrators. So account administrators are the top level or the fully authorized email administrators. So account administrators are used by the user to carry out the tasks that require a special permission, such as installing software or renaming a computer. These administrator accounts should be regularly audited. These should include password change and confirmation of who has the access of this account. So what are the roles of the accounting administrator? So their roles are to oversee and prepare the reports. They also oversee the collection of analysis of the financial data. They also plan, organize, direct, and control and evaluate daily operation. Next one will be the monitor administrators. So they observe the activity and status of the hierarchy. So they monitor the department beyond the end of the term of supervision, in which only remaining condition of supervision not completed is the payment of the financial obligation. Next will be the compliance officer and security administrators. So they prevent illegal and unethical conduct across account hierarchy. So when we talk about the compliance officer and security administrator, so they are the one who is... So archive administrators are responsible for assembling, cataloging, preserving, and managing valuable collection of historical information. So they also work with a wide variety of public and private sector organization. And once qualified, may move between a variety of organization roles and specialization. So next one is the email configuration administrators. So they maintain mail flow and server connection. So they are the one who will manage our email services or the website. So someone in an RT department or an help desk or in a company or in the organization. So lastly, organization policy administrators manage common settings and services. So they also provide technical support to the contact center on policy administration related areas. So that would be all, and thank you.
So good day everyone. I'm going to report about what kind of administrative jobs are there. So first is user administrators. So they manage the day-to-day user help desk needs. So they are the ones who help in day-to-day desk needs. So next is administrative assistant. Administrative assistants are commonly seen working in office settings, providing various types of administrative support. They are usually assigned to assist a specific department within the company, but they may also be asked to perform cross-departmental tasks if the need arises. So common duties of administrative assistants include but are not limited to scheduling meetings, email, letter writings, filing, record keeping, call handling, and errand running, etc. So administrative assistants are the ones who assist a specific department within a company. So examples of a department in a company is financial department, marketing department. So administrative assistants, they are the one who will assist them. So next is receptionists. Receptionists are usually seen at the entrance of a company, building, or office, welcoming guests and clients. They answer queries, screen phone calls, confirm appointments, relay instructions, and escort visitors to their destinations. So receptionists are commonly seen in an building or office, so especially in a resort. So they are the ones who relay instructions and escort the visitors to their destinations. So office assistants. The office assistant and administrative assistant job titles can be often used interchangeably. Both terms involve the same functions such as writing emails, handling incoming calls and messages, filing, record keeping, and so on. In essence, office assistants perform the most fundamental tasks to help an office run as smooth as possible. So office assistant is just like a mura siya og kanang secretary. Siya mo'y silbi secretary sa usa ka company. So data entry clerk. So data clerk specialize in organizing and storing data for the company. So they are often seen working on computers to perform an assortment of data entry tasks. So they are also in charge of the company's paper document. So So data entry clerks, so they are the ones who prepare and sorting documents for the data entry and entering data to database software and checking to ensure the accuracy of the data that has been inputted, and resolving discrepancies in information and obtaining further information for incomplete documents. So what does a data entry clerk do? So a data entry clerk is an administrative professional who handles routine clerical tasks relating to entering or updating data in a computer system. So a data entry clerk's main responsibility is to ensure that the organization database is accurate and up to date. So last is medical receptionists. Medical receptionists work in a clinical and healthcare settings to provide administrative support. Common tasks include greeting guests and patients, handling phone calls and messages, getting patients registered and scheduled, organizing patient records, storing medical files, communicating with clinical persons, and etc. So medical receptionists are professionals who are responsible for coordinating the daily administration of doctors, staff, visitors, and especially patients at a healthcare facility. So they schedule appointments, answer patient inquiries, handle patient emergencies, and monitor and supplies at the healthcare facility. So that's all.
Usually oversee the particular department of a company. They work when department staff to implement strategies and objectives designated to them by the upper management. They are in charge of day-to-day operations, including budgeting and purchasing of office. The office manager post is a middle management position that above staff employees and under the executive, such as directors and C-levels officers. So office manager is the office manager's responsibility is to organize and coordinate office operations as well as to provide administrative support. So what is the another word of office manager? An office manager, also known as an office administrator or just a administrator, acts as a liaison between manager, employees, and organization. Executive assistants provides administrative and office support to high-ranking officials such as executives, directors, and C-levels officers. They perform a variety of administrative tasks depending on the needs and position supported, but general function including running errands, handling phone calls, and message organizing schedules and travels, itineraries, writing letters, etc. So executive assistant, what is the executive assistant? Executive assistants manage the base of the boss calendar, coordinate meetings, and take message. But executive assistants are also tasked with providing high-level administrative support for a company, and it's to executive, and they are there are top 3 skills of executive assistant: adaptability, people skills, and organization. Clerk. The term clerk and administrative assistant are often used interchangeably, as both positions perform similar functions. Clerks provide various support in an office environment, which may include drafting correspondence, handling calls and message, running errands, organizing and storing data, and encoding. So, clerks are employed by organization to perform general administrative duties. They ensure the administrative functions of an organization run smoothly and perform a variety of tasks which may vary depending on the industry in which they are employed. The receptionist administrative assistant. While large companies must have separate roles for admin assistant and receptionist due to high volume and daily workload, some small companies are on one person perform with both function. And the receptionist administrative assistant roles handling most, if not all, of the tasks mentioned above for the most roles, including the screening phone calls, running errands, drafting letters, welcoming guests, answering queries and in person or over the phone, organizing schedules, and so on. When receptionist administrative assistant is the position you will assist with a variety of clerical and administrative duties, and these tasks include greeting clients, answering phone calls, taking message, like I said a while ago with the screen, managing emails and mail correspondence. And you will also assist with the invoicing, updating clients' files, and ordering office supplies. Office administrator. Office administrator usually supervise the administrative staff and delegate tasks to appropriate personnel. They are in charge or coordinating activities across the department and office in coordinates with company policy to ensure efficiency, and adding office administrator and responsible for handling an agenda of upper management. So what is office administrator? Office administrator is the set of day-to-day activities that are related to the maintenance of the office, building, financial planning, record keeping, and billing, personnel development, physical distribution, and logistic within an organization. And also, what does an office administrator do? So office administrator may handle critical duties including data entry, sorting mail, and other functions necessary for the bookkeeping, and operate efficiently. They must possess skills and required to prepare invoices, handling company deposits, plan budget, prepare financial reports, and process payments and submit task forms. Coordinator. Project coordinator support project managers and are responsible for scheduling, ordering, and tracking the project's progress. Is a role prevalent in the construction industry. The coordinators responsible for scheduling meetings and making travels arrangement, mailing, and print projects. They often manage schedules and calendars to upper management. Logistics coordinators manage processing of orders, shipping, billing, and inventory, and must have experience in purchasing and warehousing. So what is the role of coordinator? A coordinator or project coordinator is responsible for helping oversee and successful completion and project and event. Their duties include performing specialized establishing relationship with the vendors and freelance and professionals. Management. Administrative professional may hold and manage rules of office and facilities management. Managers are responsible for reviewing and purchasing office equipment, and the senior managers select vendors and negotiate services. An office and facilities manager must be familiar with accounting. Office manager may be responsible for training new employees, particularly on software. So what is management means? So management is a process of planning, decision making, organizing, leading, motivation, and controlling the human resource, financial, physical, and information resource of an organization to reach its goals and efficiently and effectively.